Okay, we should be screening now. Thank you, JT. The regular monthly meeting of the Public Defender Service Corporation is now called to order. And will the secretary please call the roll? Just a couple of minutes, Kathy, or 1 minute. PJ is joining us.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, PJ. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Chief Justice F. Philip Carbolito.
Present, and I am logging on from my chambers at the Judicial Center.
Presiding Judge Alberto C. La Morena III.
Present, I'm at the Guam Judicial Center.
Trustee Cynthia Villa-Cuby.
Present, and I'm here at my office in Hagåtña.
Trustee Donna Muñoz-Canata.
I'm here and I'm at my residence in Ipan, Talafofo.
And Guam Bar President Jackie T. Terlahi. Your Honor, she said she's running 5 minutes late, so she'll be in.
All right. So we have 4 of 5 members accounted for, and the secretary has ascertained that we have a quorum and we're able to conduct the business corporation this afternoon. And with that, the first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes of April 27, 2021. Is there a motion to adopt?
I so move,
Motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been moved by the presiding judge. Has been seconded by trustee Donna Muñoz-Canata. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it, and the minutes of April 27, 2021 are duly adopted. First item under old business is the financial status update by our controller, Mr. Mike Moreno.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, everybody. We have just received the first allotment on May 14th for May, and we anticipate another release by Monday, the 31st. That being said, we are at 93% for both APD and Public Defender Service Corporation. As for the domestic violence program, we are still using the funding, which will last us until next month. And the new funding is in progress still. We are at status quo, but we have been communicating with the GCO FPO office to find out when the funds will be approved. And that will be all for the financial side.
All right, any questions for Mr. Moreno? There being none, we'll move to the next item on the agenda, and that is the report from our executive director, Mr. Hattori. If you could just summarize the tables and that you have provided the board.
Thank you. I think these are pretty much the same numbers as the last one. So we just wanted to provide in case you guys had a chance to look more closely at it before the hearing, before our meeting today, rather. And, I mean, we're basically on track. We are picking up fewer cases, but I mean, it seems like we're pretty active trial-wise, as well as there's a lot of protective orders that are having contested hearings. So we're keeping busy. We're also still representing travelers in the quarantine cases as well. And so we really don't have much more to add other than that. We did hire a Ronald Haynes. He's a new attorney. He's was a former public defender in Wisconsin for a little bit. He also worked for the legal aid in Tennessee. And so we had a vacancy and we filled him. He was hired and he started just this past Monday.
So what is his assignment? What is he assigned for any specific court?
Well, not at the moment. After we get him sworn in, then we'll have to figure out where we're going to place him. We do have an attorney that's going to be going on extended leave to take and pass the Guam bar. So he'll, be very helpful in helping tackle that caseload.
All right. Okay, and so if there's no questions for our executive director, Mr. Hattori, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, And this is a report from our APD managing attorney, Annie Yell.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're still working on the updated stats that you wanted specifically. Sorry, we didn't get it together. We had a lot of stuff going on in my office. We had a couple, like 3 or 4 trials all at once. And so my operations manager was having, we're kind of busy with trials. So I'll have that for the next board meeting. I apologize. We don't have anything to update, Your Honor. Just been really busy as Mr. Hattori. Thank you.
I note here, PJ, that I think you had requested, these are the listing of the asserted cases of the public defender. Just
Oh,
that
yes.
information has been provided now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So,
I just wanted to say, I really think that between us and the court, we're handling it very well. I don't think we've actually filed a motion to dismiss for speedy trial on anything because the court's been managing it really well. I think the presiding judge had like 4 trials in a week. So, I mean, the judges really, they need to be commended for the way that they're handling the situation.
One more thing, Your Honor. I apologize. I forgot to say, we did lose one legal secretary, so we are opening it up to have a new secretary. She actually is joining the military, so we're very proud of her. So anyway, that's all. Thank you, Your Honor.
all right. So we'll move to the next item, and that is our Elder Justice Center. Any update from whoever is going to speak on this item?
Thank you, Your Honor. That would be myself, Janine Cordero. I'm going to go ahead and read Attorney Seguence's narrative report, and then I can move on to our summary.
Yes, Janine, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to participate as managing attorney to oversee the pilot program of the Elder Justice Center, a program intended to provide much needed legal services to our Manumco. I am off island attending to an emergency family matter, and I will participate in the board's Zoom meeting if possible. In this era of teleworking, we have been able to continue our operations without interruption in my absence. We are grateful to the board for having the foresight to allow us to partner with the Division of Senior Citizens, a partnership that makes sense. The list of services provided by the DSC is impressive, and the free flow of information between our offices is proving to be beneficial. The grand opening of the EJC on May 3rd, 2021 has coincided with the Governor's proclamation of Senior Citizens Month and the signing of Bill 36-100 COR into law marked a major milestone for the EJC. Smaller agencies such as Guam Legal Services have indicated they cannot undertake this project because, for example, in the past when Guam Legal Services had the contract, it took too long to receive a payment, which adversely affected operations. Larger agencies like PDSC can work collaboratively with DPHSS and continue operations despite having to wait for payment should payment be delayed. Micronesia Legal voiced similar concerns as Guam Legal Services. We are grateful that the board anticipated these issues and structured the program as it has. The board's decision to limit the scope of services has allowed us the opportunity to spend time instituting standard operation procedures, draft legal templates, attend to administrative matters, and work out reporting systems to satisfy the grant's requirements, while at the same time addressing the backlog of cases. We are sensitive to the needs of our colleagues in the private bar and anticipate making many referrals to the Guam Bar Association's lawyer referral service unless applicants qualify for public services from Guam Legal, Micronesian Legal, or the Office of the Public Guardian, in which case referrals will be made to those agencies. To avoid any conflicts with the PDSC, we suggest conflict walls be erected and the EJC mirror the exceptional model used to establish the Alternative Public Defender's Office, Thus, the EJC will operate as a separate entity, have separate email domains. Neither division will have access to the other's database, etc. At this stage of the project, we continue to address many administrative matters and work towards our goals of gathering information to be able to advise the board what sources will be needed to continue this program, pursuing available grant opportunities, and completing the resolution of the outstanding backlog of cases. That was from Attorney Katsuguenza.
All right. Any questions in reference to the statistics or any of the or the narrative that was just presented?
Maybe just a request, if they can provide a quarterly report on who they're serving, like what I'm seeing now, who they're serving, as opposed to the population, and what kind of services are they providing, so that at least we can find out, you know, who are missing. Like if we are missing a certain portion of the population, I'd like to know why, maybe because of not enough information given to that population, etc., or they don't have access. So if the attorney can provide a quarterly report to the board, by the number of clients, what type of cases they've been handling, demographics, etc., so that at least we can keep in touch with the people using those services.
All right. So,
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
maybe
Oh, you did.
PJ, we should ask for that on a monthly basis, quarterly.
Okay, monthly, I don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, only because, you know, we have a pilot program that's 6 months, and I think we're already entering the end of our first quarter. Well, first half already. Maybe we can just do that, and we'll just keep the Elder Justice Center on the agenda, Kathy, on a regular basis, just for any update, any reports, and so we'll keep them on as a regular item on the agenda.
Yeah, my only concern is that I hope we're targeting, you know, all of the population and not a certain portion. That's why I was requesting a demographic request to make sure that the center is accommodating all the potential users out there, and the board can assess whether or not maybe we should inquire whether or not certain people are not being served.
Janine, are we, as part of our screening process, keeping that type of data in terms of the?
No, we don't do bankruptcy. But Ms. Yes, we are, Your Honor, and we can go ahead and provide that on the next board meeting in June.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And
Thank
Your
you,
Honors,
Mr. Chairman.
and Your Honors, they've been doing quite a bit of outreach. They did something with the Guam Workforce Enhancement Program that was targeted to people with dementia, and then they have one coming up like June 3rd, right? With the what is, you know, the family, it's an elder abuse program training, right? And then there's another one with the Micronesian One Stop. We did that with the family, our victim service unit, and I mean the last one had like over 700 views. So I think we're trying to reach out to all the different populations on Guam.
Your Honor, can I also add that we had gotten from GWEP, Stephen, I don't know what the acronyms are for, but it's UOG's. It's a program out of the University of Guam. They gave us, here it is. This is Guam Micronesia Geriatrics Workforce Enhancement Program. They gave us 10 Facebook portals. So what we're suggesting to the EJC is that they leave some of the portals here so that we can also have the meetings right on the breezeway to have, you know, access to our seniors who may not want to travel all the way to the university, to Manilao. What we also want to do is, with the portals, is suggest that DPHSS, Public Health Centers, that they also have the portals that were given to us by GWEP, and that we be able to have our seniors go to the different the different public health centers and access EJC through that as well. So we're hoping to really reach the community through the public health centers that they have throughout the island. So that'll increase our reach.
Are we closely working with the Mayor's Council as well? Because, you know, I know many people that their first reaction is to contact the mayor's office. So is
Your
there
Honor, we
any
have,
interaction with the Mayor's Council or the mayors in general?
Your Honor, we haven't done so yet. We want to get past the pilot program because if we did go to the mayors, yeah, we want to get past this test program right now. And then once we get the authorization from the board to move forward and provide some permanency with the program, then we will reach out to the Mayor's Council.
Why can't you do it now?
What if, well, I mean, I think we're a bit hesitant should the board not allow us to move forward with the pilot program after September.
Oh, okay. I can see I can see your concern. Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, PJ. So if there are no further questions for Janine or comments, we'll move to the next item. And this is something that's scheduled for next month. The BJA's Sixth Amendment Initiative presentation. Right now, that's scheduled for June 22nd at 10 a.m. to accommodate the presenter who's in the mainland. And I think she's on East Coast time, or at least Central time. So there's also an inquiry if this presentation can be moved up 1 week and is to June. Well, first of all, Kathy, would the presenter be available if this was moved to June 15th? I see you shaking your head, and I take that as a yes, because you're muted. If very quickly, and maybe you can let Kathy know by the end of the day or no later than tomorrow, is there any objection to moving the presentation to June 15th at 10 a.m., which is a week earlier? It's on a Tuesday. It's a week earlier, and is to really accommodate a conflict in Kathy's schedule. So if there's
Your
no,
Honor?
yes,
I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with moving it, but I do have a hearing at 10. I should be done by 10:30. I can't control the court appointment cases. So if it's the majority of the board to move up, I don't have any objections. I just will have to join in later as soon as
Okay.
I'm done.
All right.
Just tell them you have a meeting with the CJ.
Yeah.
On this date? I'm sorry?
Yes, I have a
I was
10
just-
o'clock. Yeah,
I was just
on the
teasing.
15th.
That you have a meeting with the CJ.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I'm sure Judge Ingalls won't mind.
I don't think so.
So, but I will join. It shouldn't take more than 20 minutes, but I will let them know, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, how long is this presentation? Do we know?
It shouldn't be no more, it shouldn't be no more than an hour.
Okay.
It should be no more than an hour. So what we're suggesting is the June meeting move to June 15th, from the 22nd to the 15th, if we get a quorum. I would really think that Lisa Vavanese can still do the presentation, whether we have a board quorum or not, but she really wanted to provide the site report for the Guam, that includes Guam, to the board. So if we can make that happen on the 15th of June, if we had to push it to 10:30, I don't think she'll have a problem with that. I can ask, but she is available for 10 o'clock, June 15th.
And then we'll just move our meeting. We got to provide the notices, and so
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes.
And this will be the main.
10:30 would work, Your Honor and Kathy.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
QB, what was that?
Yeah, I think the 10:30, Your Honor and Kathy, will work.
Okay, let's see if we
For me.
can, Kathy, let's go ahead and reschedule it then for June 15th at 10:30 a.m. And so we can send out the required statutory notices at our regular board meeting, and we're moving it up 1 week.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with that plan.
Will do.
Okay. So anything under new business?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna go, we have an executive session matter. And if JT can put the board members, Steve Hattori, Kathy Gogui, John Morrison, if we can then go into a breakout room and reconvene executive session. So at this time, I'm going to, I would like to entertain a motion to recess and to reconvene in executive session to discuss a personnel matter.
I so moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second,
Been moved
I'll
and
second,
seconded.
Your Honor.
All right. And there being no objection, the motion is adopted. And so just hang on while JT moves us into executive session.
Okay.
And Jackie, of course, July, all the board members.
Okay, so, Your Honor, I'm doing the breakout room right now. And Jack,
Annie doesn't need to.
be Donna, John Morrison, Steve, and you're gonna run it.
Yeah. Had I met you?
you want us to join, right?
Yes. No, Dre's not.
Why is it-
So it's just these ones.
You should.
Yes, he said one's coming. And I'll face the camera to you.
I need to.
Oh, the cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's here.
And why we? Oh, I didn't add us.
I don't see the presiding judge.
We left the meeting, like end the whole meeting.
All right. Okay, we now have everyone. The members of the Board of Trustees members having risen from executive session. We are now reconvened back in the regular session. And for the record, we discussed a single item that involved a personnel matter regarding Rocky Pingree. After a discussion, at this time, I'd like to make a recommendation based on the discussion that a letter be sent to Mr. Kingery in response to a letter he had sent to myself as chairman of the Public Defender Service Corporation regarding his termination. And the recommendation is that Attorney John Morrison will prepare a response acknowledging receipt of his letter and the reason for his termination, and that the board supports the action of management in this action that was taken. And so at this time, that is a recommendation, and I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt that recommendation.
Motion for adoption, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Attorney Terlahi.
I second that motion.
It's been seconded. And so any further discussion? So all those in favor of adopting the motion, please say aye.
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 Those opposed? So the motion carries, and Mr. Morrison will prepare a draft letter, circulate it to all the members that incorporates the content of our discussion and the decision that we have made in the response letter to Mr. Kingery. Members of the board, there being no other matters before the board at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to
Move to
adjourn.
Move to adjourn till June 15th at 10:30.
Okay, thank you very much. A motion made, seconded by Attorney Ekubi. There being no objection, the Board of Trustees meeting for May is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you on June 15th. Goodbye.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honors.
you.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
everyone.